What is anime? To me, it's a convenient way to escape. Surprisingly, for an 18-year-old, I have a lot of things to worry about. I'm on a full-time art course. I have to pick a university to go to, and then on top, I have to pick a university course to go on to. I have to try and have a social life during Corona, and try not to stress too much about my physique. It's not the longest list in the world, but all of these things matter to me right now. And the most convenient way to escape all of this stress for me is anime. Anime lets me enjoy so many different stories, from space bounty hunters to ninjas to show boob demons, like, you know, just straight titties in your face, you know? There are genuinely so many possibilities. Anime is something I've been lucky enough to grow up with. As a kid, I used to go into Jetix and watch Naruto and Shaman King. To me, they were nothing more than cartoons. I didn't know the difference between a Western cartoon and an anime. I don't know why, but as a kid, my mom would discourage me from watching anime for some reason. I generally can't remember, like, why. But the thing I remember is my brother watching One Piece and me watching it with him sometimes. It was already around me at an early age. I probably learned what anime was when I was about 11. That's when I started watching so much more of it. I ended up finishing stuff I started as a kid. I watched new ones. I watched ones that were big at the time. I watched ones that weren't meant for my age. And I enjoyed every second of it. And I'll probably keep watching it for years to come. I generally don't think this is a phase where, you know, I just want to be edgy. You know, so I'll start getting into something, you know, weird. I enjoy anime. Whenever I'm not motivated, I can go ahead and watch some anime and feel more motivated at the end. I'm not joking, like, this literally happened to me like a week ago. I was sat there watching Haikyuu, and one of the characters was having a hard time, but he persevered and overcame his obstacle. It was nothing too special, but for some reason it gave me goosebumps. It made me want to do something. So I just went ahead and did exercise in my room for an hour at like 1 AM, and I felt great afterwards. Anime is so much more than the dumb stereotypes about people who might be a little too into it and are kind of delusional. You know, like hardcore weebs. You know, people devote their lives to making it, and it generally shows. You might watch an anime and the animation is absolutely amazing. The emotion will be so fluid, and the choreography will be done so well. Or maybe the camera work will be incredible. Or a mixture of all of them. Animation is an art form, and no one does animation better than anime. There are so many stories that could only work in anime and nowhere else. I've cried many times while I was watching stuff. I used to hate admitting this, as I felt, you know, I was being a weeb by doing so. Or, you know, I just felt like I was an idiot crying at Japanese cartoons. Which I am. But you really get to feel for the characters. You get touched, and when things don't go right for them, you feel it. You share emotions with these characters the same way you do in movies, theatre, TV shows, or, you know, whatever else. They feel like real people to me. I've made friends with people who are also into anime, and it gives people a place to belong. You know, I'm not a fan of the, you know, the cringy side of the anime community, and, you know, I'm aware of the downsides, but there are generally great people involved with it. Some of my favourite conversations with my friends have been about anime. There have been so many occasions where we get drawn into talking about it, and the next thing we know is that we just spent 2 hours talking about something fictional. Like, we just sat there talking about cartoons for 2 hours straight and not realise it. I know perfectly fine that to someone who doesn't watch anime, I might be sounding like, you know, a crazy weeb right now, who's, you know, a little too far passionate about some Japanese cartoons, but I generally think it's a great form of escapism that I will keep using for a long time, and that's what anime is to me.